We're going to talk about beliefs now. And talking about beliefs is really, really interesting because actually beliefs are sort of on-off switches for us. So you've got your beliefs, I've got my beliefs. We think we're right. They're just sort of how we respond and sort of on-off. I believe in this or I don't believe in that. Fairly black and white. And it has a huge impact on your business success. So download your workbook and we'll get started. So a belief is something that comes from a decision that you make sometime in your life. So something happens, you make a decision, and it then becomes a belief because all you're filtering for is that belief, and then that becomes your reality. So if you've got beliefs that are limiting and you turn them into empowering beliefs, then your reality changes and life gets a lot more comfortable and you get a lot more business success. So I often talk about a book called The Big Leap, which is by Gay Hendricks. And in that he talks about what's stopping people getting from their comfort zone and pushing through that glass ceiling. And he talks about beliefs that I've found really regularly in people in business. So I would say 60-70% of people that come and see me have one of these beliefs. And I'm just going to use it as an example for you to illustrate what I mean by beliefs. But before I do that, I just want you to look at your symptoms. I'll put a slide up now. So unhealthy symptoms is I haven't thought about whether I create my own beliefs. I know I'm right. I think that other people are wrong, or I don't have any limiting beliefs. And healthy symptoms are I'm aware of how my values lead to my beliefs. I know what my values are and I can link my beliefs to them. And I know which of my beliefs limit me and which are empowering. So, score yourself, do a bit of sort of self-analysis, self-diagnosis on a scale of 0 to 10. Instinctively, where do you think you are on that? So, prescriptions. I'm just going to continue the story about Gay Hendricks' book called The Big Leap, just to give you some examples. So, the limiting beliefs, and there are 4 main types that he thinks stops people moving forward and getting out of their comfort zone and really pushing into getting that. He calls it a zone of genius where you're really in flow and is absolutely fab. So the 4 things that stop people are 1, not good enough, not worthy, something like that. 2 is that success is really hard, that why would I want to be successful because it might mean that I'm working hard or I don't see my family, it's just not worth it. 3 is that he calls it the crime of outshining. So what are people going to say when I'm really successful and I'm driving around in whatever I want to drive around and I'm having the holidays that I want and I'm taking time out and just doing everything that I want? Because if you remember, you've come probably from a place where you perhaps you even weren't even running a business, perhaps you were in corporate life, perhaps you just decided out of the blue to set up a business, and there are people surrounding you that think, what on earth is she doing? And as you get more and more successful, some people will say, oh, look at her doing this, doing that, and that will start to drag you down. The 4th one is that people like me sort of don't do things like that. That's not how I've been brought up. This is, our life as a family, as a society, and people like me just don't do that. So those are 4 beliefs, and there's loads and loads of limiting beliefs about money, about relationships, about support. It's endless, really. I often also look at Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and he calls them alibis. So he's got a long list, I think there must be about 80 in the back of his book called Think and Grow Rich, like, I'm too old, no one's going to be there for me, I haven't got any friends that help me, all those sort of things. They're limiting beliefs, and he calls them alibis. So what I want you to do is I just want you to write down in the box in your workbook what your limiting beliefs are. May take a little bit of time. Maybe you'll see some of them in your journal. Maybe you'll hear yourself saying things once you're actually in tune with that. I had someone in here the other day that said, well, it's okay to charge a lot of money in America, but in Wales I can't do that. That's a limiting belief. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It'll attract people that don't want to pay for his services. So that sort of thing. Limiting beliefs about money, relationships, friends, support, whatever. And then in the next box, write down empowering beliefs. So your empowering beliefs are, I can do whatever I want, I'm going to be successful, it's easy to run a business, money will come to me really easily, people around me will support me, all those sort of things. Write down any empowering beliefs that you have. And then what I want you to do is I want you to have a little look at the limiting beliefs. Write down your limiting belief. Think about, where has it come from? Does it support your business success? What would be a more positive belief? And how will you find evidence for your new belief? Because here's the thing, you find lots of evidence for limiting beliefs because that's how we filter, that's how we create our reality. If you decided to have a more empowering belief and you looked for evidence for that, that will create a different reality again. And you'll be so much more successful in your business. What I want you to do as well is have a little listen to and a watch of Steve coming up in the video in the coaching session to find out what limiting beliefs he has and how that fits with his values. And then we'll do a little bit of reflection in a minute.